This is a beautiful jacaranda tree in full bloom. If you've seen earlier videos or read some of our blog posts, you probably know that I'm a big fan of data about trees, especially in cities. I'm also a big fan of Data is Plural, which is this amazing weekly newsletter put out by Jeremy Singer-Vine that highlights interesting data sets. So you can imagine I was pretty excited a couple of weeks back when Data is Plural highlighted this dataset from Matt Stiles with compiled data on 1.6 million street trees throughout Los Angeles County. One of the things I like to do when I get a new issue of Data is Plural is pop into GlareDB to run some queries and poke around some of the datasets that sound particularly interesting. Depending on where and how a dataset is hosted, I might need to download it first, but lots of the datasets can just be queried directly wherever they are. And the LA tree data is partially hosted on GitHub, so it falls into that camp. Let's take a look. So if you look at this repo, you'll see that there is a ton of stuff here, including a bunch of geospatial data, like the geospatial data that powers this amazing map of, blooming, beautiful jacaranda trees throughout Los Angeles County. For the purposes of this demo, though, we're not going to use the geospatial data. Instead, we're going to focus on more standard data formats. So if you go take a look, there's this data subdirectory and this small subdirectory within that. And that has this Parquet file with a whole bunch of the tree census data. And so if we click on that and we right click on raw and get link address, we can pop over here and just select right from it. So let's do that. Pop a limit on here, it's pretty big. And so for the purposes of this demo, I'm using the GlareDB SQL Cloud Workspace. But this would work just the same if you were to use the GlareDB CLI or the Python bindings. And so check it out. Each tree gets its own row with its own ID. It lists the municipality within Los Angeles County, the species, a whole bunch of these dummy variables of whether it's a specific type of tree. And then, I think there's also category right over here, which is kind of like a broader category than the specific species. And then the lat long coordinates for the actual location for the tree. So that's pretty cool. But something else I like to do, especially with tree data, is get a sense for how many trees of different kinds are represented here. So let's run this with the group by. So we'll make this a count star. And then we'll select also the category and species over there, take off the limit. And then we'll do a group by, category, species, and let's add an order by as well, category, and count. Let's see what we get. So we have all of our categories. We can see the most common kind of ash, for instance, the most common kind of camphor. Let's actually take off the group by category here, the order by category. Yeah, okay. So you can see the most common category is this miscellaneous. It's called other vacant. But after that, we have crepe myrtle, Mexican fan palm, southern magnolia, American sweet gum, and the jacaranda with which we started this. These are really very nice names for these trees. Anyway, that's all we have for right now. I'll drop links in the comments to the dataset and to Data is Plural. Let us know what you can find. Again, special thanks to Jeremy Singer-Vine for putting out Data is Plural basically every single week, and also to Matt Stiles, who did a whole bunch of amazing journalistic work to get this amazing dataset. Cheers.